I missed the... Sorry, I missed the friggin' mark by like a minute. One sec. My bad. Oh, this works. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check. Hello. Sorry. Sorry for dipping. For like 3-4 days? I don't know. How long was it been? How long has it been? How long has it been? It's been so long that I forgot how to stream, guys. But I have legitimate reasons as to why I was gone. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for not like telling you guys. But I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a nice time. Sorry, I had Temma's stream open because I was briefly in her stream. For like, I don't know, a hot second. Did I ping on Discord? I did, yes. Yes, I did. Cool beans. Yeah, so there may be a little bit of an issue with my setup today, and I'll get into that. But first, I have some thank yous to make. KK Zulu, thank you for 3 months of support on YouTube. Thank you very, very much. Thank you Canberra8 for 3 months of support on YouTube. Thank you very much. And TJ, thank you for 3 months of support on YouTube as well. Thank you. This is your last stream I can catch live before you have to go to your trip to London. Mega hyped to see Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness in person. Ooh, I'm going to be watching it live. I think it's at like 5 a.m. my time. Let me check the timestamps that the lovely Discord chatters have left for me because they're very nice and they tell me when things are happening so I can tune in. When is this? Oh, it's 3 a.m. Never mind. That's 3 a.m. Fuck. That's 3 a.m. Okay, that's gonna be fun. When is that? When is that 3 a.m.? When is that 3 a.m.? Monday, 3 a.m. Oh boy. 3 a.m. on a Monday morning. Yippee. Yippee! Sorry. I hope you guys are having a lovely, lovely... Oh. OBS moved to the wrong monitor. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Apologies I haven't been keeping you company. And vice versa, you haven't been keeping me company. I've been wallowing in... I should probably get into it. But first, I have to say thank you to Jackal. Thank you for 1 month of support on YouTube. Thank you very much. Or is that 2? I don't know, it's weird because it says 1 month of membership. But isn't that technically you're on your 2nd now? Numbers are hard. Soitsu, thank you for 3 months of support on YouTube. You're going to bed at 8 a.m. Oh, well, I mean, ideally you would have been waking up at 8 a.m. But who am I to say that? That's for sure. And Red Fox Outback, thank you for 3 months of support. I hope you're having a blast with EU5. I am having a enjoyable experience. And I need to double check what language I can use with when talking about EU5. Hang on, let me check. They gave us an update. They gave us an update. Where is it? You can talk openly and freely about playing EU5, having early access to an in-development build, talking directly to Paradox and Tinto, and discussing all features within the game. You cannot record or show any gameplay content. You can tell viewers that you will get to show the game in full without limitations before the game releases. The exact date/time has not been determined. Okay, there you go. So I can talk about it. Sorry, I just wasn't sure. I've been kind of, yeah, I can talk about it, I just can't show you it. Because of whatever reason. I guess they want to control the release of like imagery and videos about the game. Not that like I don't really, I mean I could show off a lot, but like I don't know, probably, I don't know. Who is this new streamer? I don't know. Who is this streamer? I think they're in Phase Connect. I've never heard of them though. I've never heard of Clio IT before. They must be brand new. Anyway, so yes, guys, I wrote notes down for what to talk about today. I haven't streamed for so long that I put notes down. Trail Gamer? Trail Gamer, thank you for the super chat. I'm so glad you're back after 30 years. Fun fact for today's stream, the British built the largest dry dock in the world at the time in Singapore, only for it to be stolen by the Japanese. Yeah, they did a lot of oopsie whoopsies in Singapore. They did like a shit ton of oopsie whoopsies. Like putting the cannons facing the wrong way. Well, it's not that they didn't point it the wrong way. They pointed out to the ocean, right? Which is to the south, and then the Japanese invaded from the north, right? They came over like the jungle, right? Because Singapore is like an island with like the top bit is all swampy and marshlands and foresty and kind of difficult to cross, and then the bottom bit is the actual city, and then the Japanese basically just like sailed over to the top bit and then rode bicycles with all their infantry through the top bit, and then the English basically had all of their cannons, or British I should say, the British Empire had all of its cannons pointing to the south and nothing pointing to the north, so basically they got caught with their pants down. And then it was like the worst defeat in British history, right? Tactically, correct? Like, in terms of like resources lost, right? The battle for Singapore, I think, is probably their worst one, right? The Gibraltar of the East? Yeah, well, like, it helps if... I mean, Gibraltar kind of has only one way in, one way out. You can't really, like, if you paratroop in, they're just gonna shoot you down. You can't really, like, climb the rock without anyone noticing it, whereas cycling through a jungle is probably a little bit more sneaky. That's why static defenses don't really work. It's all World War II nonsense that I don't understand. Jackal, thank you very much for the super chat. Clio for EU5 DLC character. I don't think that's going to happen. Doggo Bungo, thank you for 3 months of support as well. Thank you very, very much. And Time with Ren, thank you for 3 months of support on YouTube as well. And Honwen, welcome to the Hackstorians as well. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support, guys. So, okay, I can talk about life in general, I guess. Why did Clio IT go on break? Why did Clio IT go on break? What happened? Where did Clio IT go? Well, I kind of told you what happened, or what was going to happen, and then it kind of all hit me at once, and I was just like, ah! So, as I've alluded to in previous streams last week, or even earlier than that, I am in the process of promoting, I guess. It technically hasn't happened yet. I received a desk from the company Desky as part of a sponsorship that hasn't yet happened, but basically that desk is very big and very fancy. It's a standing desk. Do you want to hear it, guys? I don't know how this is going to work whilst I'm live on stream. Can you hear that? Uh-oh. Okay, there's the desk going up. Did you hear that? You can kind of see that I'm now looking up at the camera, right? And then it goes down. It goes down as well. So it went up and down. It's silent. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's all noise cancelled. But yeah, I have a standing desk now. The only problem being, despite how wonderful and snazzy this new desk is, it's quite big and it's quite heavy. So I had to make it by myself, and then I couldn't move it into my room without help from my roomie. And then we had the awkward situation of the desk is too big for my room. So I, Clio IT, had to spend a whole day renovating my bedroom. Yay! So we pulled everything out of my bedroom, including the old desk, and then I had to rearrange everything. So I can't remember which day it was. They all kind of blur together. I basically spent a day trying to play Tetris with my furniture, and luckily it all fits again. Just with a little more cramped in certain spaces. The space between Clio desk and Clio bed is even smaller now, so my chair doesn't really have much to room. Luckily the desk can be a standing desk. But I haven't tried using it as a standing desk yet. So thank you again, Desky, for the free desk. There will be sponsorship videos going live for that in the next couple days. I don't know anything else. I've got to finish it and get it all approved. But yeah, because I have a new desk, I actually set up my PC stuff completely different. Because if you old heads may remember, when I got the MSI monitor for the MSI sponsor, the MSI monitor was so big compared to my old one that I couldn't fit it on the desk. I couldn't fit the monitor on the desk, and it was hanging off the desk. The new desk is much bigger and now fits everything. So I have my MSI monitor to like how would I say this? So my main monitor, which is the MSI monitor, that's like face on. I'm looking at it right now. Then to the right of it, I have my old monitor, which is at a, how would you say this? Like 45-degree angle to me, kind of like a 45-degree angle. And then it fits. It's not falling off the table. That's nice. The leg isn't like off the table. And so yeah, everything fits. My audio mixer, my stream deck, the phone. I'm not having to, I don't know if you remember, like I would have to lean past my my phone sometimes to read chat when I was streaming. I would have to go like, same with the boom mic. The arm of my boom mic, I've moved that completely. That used to be on the right hand side of my desk. That's where the desky control panel is now. I moved all my audio stuff to the left-hand side of my desk, right next to my PC. So the boom arm may hit my tower, but it's a lot better, I think, because now I can move it and play games, and I don't have to like lean past the boom arm to see chat or the game anymore. I don't know if you've noticed. I think I had a drawing of it last time. But basically, every time I've been streaming, guys, including when I was playing Battlefield, I was having to play the game whilst leaning past and around the microphone arm so I could see the game. Which is not the best setup. Not the best setup at all. Unbending, thank you for your super chat. Hey Clio, we'll be checking out EU5. I already have EU5. I can talk about it. Yes, I can talk about EU5 today, and I probably will talk about EU5 today. But I'm just explaining why I was on a break. And Saya Dubre, thank you for 3 months of support. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support, guys. So yeah, that was one of the reasons I took a break, is that was very tiring and very time consuming, because I basically spent an entire day moving everything out of my room and then back in the room. Also, the desk is very heavy, and it even has and I feel like I'm not doing the desk a disservice, even though, you know, I will be providing like sponsorship links and all that for it. In the instructions for the desk, you have to set it up upside down, obviously, because it's a desk and you have to put the legs on the table, so you put the things upside down, right? It then says at the end of the instructions, get a friend to help you flip the desk. That's how heavy we're talking about, is that the instructions. Imagine setting up the desk by yourself and not like, obviously you would have to take everything out of the packaging, and you probably realized getting stuff out of the packaging, it would be very heavy. But yeah, like in the instructions they are like, get a friend to help you flip it. And then because my room is so small and the desk is quite wide, I couldn't fit it. Like we were just carrying it like, you know, like normally, you know, like me and Rumi, firefighter Rumi, we were carrying it like, you know, table horizontally, you know, hands under the flat of the table, and then carrying it into the room. Couldn't fit it into the room that way. Had to rotate it. And then whilst we were doing that, Lottie thought it was a great idea to just like mill about underneath us. So we're trying to carry this excruciatingly heavy desk, and a little sausage dog is just in the way because she thinks it's a fun game. And I'm like, Lottie, no, get out the way. Lottie, please get out the way. Lottie, please, we don't want to squish you with this very, very heavy desk. So she was a little bit of a terror whilst it was all being also trying to, I was assembling it solo because roomies were out busy. So I set up the desk by myself, and I'm like, oh fuck, what if I've messed it up? Luckily the instructions, they're on YouTube as well as, you know, get the paper book. So I don't think I messed it up, hopefully. But I don't have the best track record with assembling furniture, it turns out. How long did it take me? The instructions said it takes 30 minutes to set up. I think it took me like 2 hours. Because there was one bit which was really difficult because I have no upper body strength, and it's like, hey, you have to lift and guide this onto the things that go under the table. And it was like, I don't know what happened, but like I just couldn't do that. I got so tired because it was so heavy trying to guide these like essentially like a metal leg onto the things that it slots into, and I couldn't do that by myself because the leg was too heavy. It was very, very difficult. So yeah, I struggled a lot with that. And so that was one of the days when I assembled the desk and also rearranged the entire bedroom so everything fits. Actually, it doesn't fit because I mean my bin is currently sitting on the windowsill. I have a lovely view out into the outside of my house, which is obscured by the bin because it doesn't fit anywhere. Also, Lottie will, if it's on the floor, Lottie comes over and tips it over and then runs around with like snotty tissues and wrappers and stuff because she's a little arsehole. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I took a break. Apologies, guys. Please accept my Dogaza. I'm not in 3D today because I've been kind of waiting for like 3D model improvements, but I think they've been sent through now. I'd have to try them out myself, but yeah, you got accepted into med school whilst you were away. Congratulations. Yeah, I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope you didn't pull a muscle. I think I agitated my ankle a little bit. I've had ankle issues from sports in the past, so I think it kind of like all the like carrying and weightlifting unironically, I think it agitated my ankle a little bit, so it's still a bit tender, but yeah. You mean aggravated? I would say agitated rather than aggravated because it's not as painful as it was, but it was a bit rough when I moved it. Yeah. As long as I got some good rest in. Maybe. Anyway, so that was one of the days that I was off. Another reason that I had to take a day off was, let me get my notes up because I wrote it down. I had to work on some projects, which I had fallen behind on. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to run the hopeful stakes in first year, guys. Sorry. So I had to work on some projects. So I've got some personal projects in the works that you'll hopefully hear about soon. But there's some other phase stuff that I think I'm allowed to talk about. So I'm happy to, happy, I guess? Yeah, I feel like it's a okay thing to announce. So we are going to be at Anime NYC this weekend. Phase Connect, that is. Not we, like as in like myself and you guys. But I mean, you guys could also be at Anime NYC, I guess. So it's pretty early in America, right? We're going to be at Anime NYC, and I am the MC for the upcoming concert at Anime NYC. So I've been recording a bunch of stuff. I recorded like, I don't know, I've recorded like a bunch of like jokes and lines and everything, so I don't know how much is going to be in the actual content. Hello, Erina Senpai, thank you for the raid. Thank you very much, Erina Senpai. You can sing? No, that's why they asked me to be the MC. Thank you very much for the raid. Tiger raid, Erina raid. Welcome, guys. How was your stream, Erina? What are you up to? Is it all recorded? I think so. I think it'll be a concert that may be recorded. I don't know for certain, but there might be like hand cam recordings from the audience, perhaps. No, so I'm not MC Clio as in like I'm gonna do a rap or anything. It's me being the MC of the event. Just chatting, Clio singing, I want to listen. No, you don't, Erina. Erina, some people do not want to listen to it because it hurts. It hurts anyone that listens to it. You take damage, like an RPG. As in like a rocket-propelled grenade to your face. Like, and then you don't have a face. I hope you had a wonderful stream, Erina. Yeah, we're just yapping for a little bit as well, because I did not stream for the last 4 days. Your username in OBS is cut off, whoever sent that super chat. Amy's personal cuck ... is how it shows up in OBS. Just so you know. Luckily I have the browser open. It doesn't make it much better. It's Erina's cuck... No, not Erina, sorry. Amy's personal cuck chair. Thank you for the super chat. Hello, beautiful. Thanks. Thank you for the support and the compliment, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I was gone. Sorry, I'll reiterate for the raiders. Why was I gone? I had to renovate my entire room. I renovated my bedroom, and then I also had to move a giant heavy new desk that's very fancy and very cool into the room, and then it was a whole agenda, and it was just like, oh, so much effort. So that took a whole day. You sound a bit different? I might sound a little bit different because my audio setup is different in that I moved everything, so now everything's on the left, so I don't know if the mic is set up properly. It seems to be working. Are my filters working? By filters, I mean like the de-esser. What is it called? The VST plugin. Open plugins. Are you working? Yes, the D-clicker is working, so you're hopefully not getting horrible sounds. It could also just be that I'm tired. It could be tired, and I don't know. Is the mic pointing to right? I think it's pointing in my mouth. I don't know. I haven't been hydrating, so I might sound a little dry. Perhaps. I don't know. And Dominus, thank you for the super chat.
I hope you get
that's not a super chat, that's a donation. Oh, holy heck. I hope you got some proper time off with not much stress. Haha. No. No. I sound more to the left? Well, that's because probably the mic is on the left-hand side now. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I do this, but then the boom arm is covering the monitor if I do that. Ariandel, thank you for joining the emotes there. Thank you very much. More center sounding. What the heck? What the heck? I don't know. It's been so cold in Australia because it's still winter. It's still winter, so I've been rugged up and having hot drinks and not water, which is a bit bad. Ice, thank you for joining the emotes tier as well. Thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome. Cold is good. I wish it was cold all the time, but unfortunately I live in Australia. It's easier to be cold than it is to be hot. Yeah, I think there's like an El Nino hitting the east coast of Australia or something, right? There's like an El Nino. Is it El Nino or El Nino? I don't know weather things. El Nino, Australia? I can't type, guys. It's taken me like 5 times to type Australia. La Nina! There's a La Nina hitting the east coast of Australia. Oh, of course it's La Nina. It's like gendered, right? I think, is it La Nina? But yeah, it's like a stupidly wet and cold winter in Australia at the moment, so it's a bit miserable. El Nino is the Fish Boy movie. I will take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Never heard of this weather term before. What is it? I don't think I understand it. What is El Nino and... No, El Nino and El Nina... La Nina. I think La Nina is like... I don't know. Oh, El Nino and La Nina are naturally occurring climate patterns in the Pacific Ocean that influence weather worldwide. They are part of a larger cycle called the El Nino Southern Oscillation. El Nino involves warmer than average sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern tropical Pacific, whilst La Nina involves cooler than average temperatures. These temperature shifts impact atmospheric circulation, leading to distinct weather patterns in different regions. So yeah, it's basically rain because the ocean is a woman or something. No, I don't know. It's because it's cold. Because the ocean is cold, so the weather gets cold. Right? El Nino means drought. Right, okay. Okay, fair enough. Oh, thank you, Senator Satan. Thank you for the super chat. My order for your coffee got delivered yesterday, and I have to say, having been sucking on your beans ever since, it absolutely lives up to the hype. Thanks for phrasing it in that exact term. Thank you very, very much. Yo Mama, thank you as well for 3 months of support on YouTube as well. Thanks. Can I submit your Battlefield 6 clip to the Battlefield 6 moments on YouTube? I guess. There's like a lot of clips from the montage, from the various streams that I did. I did like a fuck ton of Battlefield 6ing. How many hours do I have in it now? Guys, I played the open beta for 33 hours. Across 2 weekends, I played it for 33 hours. That's a lot. There was a lot of good highlights, especially the last weekend. I got some pretty sick kills. There was that one kill streak on, I think it's Gibraltar. In point D. The thing is, I can visualize where I was. It was point D, and I got a bunch of kills because no one was looking my way, and I just got to go brrr, brrr, brrr. It's pretty good. Anyway, that's nothing compared to your 15-hour day Fire Emblem era. I know I only did that like once for the finale, I think. Yeah, so that was... Where were we? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the weather. We were talking about the weather. The weather was bad, and then I talked about my room. Yeah, so I've done that. Yeah, the weather's been cold, so not much water being drunk. I've been drinking a lot of hot drinks. How's the FPL going? Thank you, Abib Yama, for 3 months of support. I'm doing horrendously. Thank you for reminding me. Fantasy, I think I'm like 94th in the league? In the FaZe Connect table? None of us are ballers, it turns out. The FaZe Connect Fantasy Football, I'm 94th in the league. I'm doing horrendously. Where's my Firefox? Do I have my Firefox? Look. If I scroll down, there I am. I'm on 52 points, which means I'm 94th. To be fair, first place is only on 85, but congrats everyone who did very well, because I did not do very well. Yeah, sorry, that's a bit cut off. There you go. Oh, there's my, I mean, it's not, they're just like scab artists that I tried to ask for commissions. There you go. Yeah, I'm in the top 100 out of, I think, 215. Let me check. How many is it? I wish there was a way to see, like, exactly how many. 219. So I'm, like, upper third, I guess. Upper half, at least. I'm top 50%, I guess. Too many Liverpool fans in the league. Boo! 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 Did you enjoy playing Battlefield 6 with you? Yes. She kind of carried you, not gonna lie. She did. I went in for kills and then she rezzed me. Yes. I'm a big fan of ISAU. ISA me. ISA haha. Sorry. I've said that joke before. What was I gonna talk about? What was I going to talk about? Okay, yeah, reasons why I have been off. Oh yeah, Anime NYC. I'm the MC for the concert. So if you're going to Anime NYC, you'll be able to hear me riffing with the crowd in Anime NYC. I also have a meet and greet. If you are going to be at Anime NYC, you can see me there. I think it's 7 p.m. on the Saturday. So I apologize. I apologize to anyone going to the con. Who the fuck goes to a convention and stays till 7 p.m? I'm so sorry if you're gonna do that to see me. But I think it was the only time that was available for me that wasn't completely ass. Because it's like 9 a.m. my time. I think other times available were like, yeah, let's do it at 3 a.m. Ooh. No, I'm going to be at I'm going to be at Anime NYC as the MC for the concert. It's called Times Square Tunes. And it's got Sheena, Jelly, Rie, Amy, and I'm forgetting the full lineup, which is bad because I've already recorded most of the dialogue for it, but they want me to do some more recordings and then they just pick the best versions of it. What is it? Who else is in it? Sorry, let me get the full lineup. Panko! I forgot my daughter. That's pretty bad, guys. I forgot Panko. Yeah, it's Sheena, Jelly, Panko, Rie, Amy. I did forget my daughter. My bad. I'm a terrible mother. Apologies. What the fuck, Clio? She hates her. No, I don't. There's no hate. There's no hate. Just imagine the what is it from 2.5 Men? I think we forgot something. No, we didn't. And then it's just Panko in the Rain by Football Practice. Yeah. My bad, guys. We were drift compatible there with our references. So yeah, I'm gonna be Anime NYC MC for Times Square Tunes, and I've got my I've got my meet and greet. So that's something that took time away from streaming because I had to do all that. And then other reasons I took time off. I just got really sad. Okay, this is probably like, maybe I shouldn't talk about this too much. The crushing weight of my loneliness made me feel sad and depressed, and so I curled up into a ball. There you go. That was one of the points I put down for why I didn't stream, was I was feeling down. Which truly I am the most relatable of VTubers. Yeah, I got a mood down and it went from great to, well, I didn't know if it was great. I think I was probably on good because, you know, I got a lot going on. But yeah, I went from, actually, no, I think I wasn't great because I went from Battlefield 6 to going, wow, I'm going to be alone forever, which was a little bit of whiplash after the collab. I don't know what caused it. I don't know. I have no idea what caused it, but I feel better now. Everton losing, yeah, Everton losing definitely hit me with a mood down, definitely. So yeah, I think that also was because I took time off to do the other stuff. I felt guilty and bad that I didn't stream, which also links into the depression because I have the terrible / amazing, depending on your perspective. I guess amazing if you're my boss, but terrible maybe for my other mental health and well-being is that when I don't stream, I get depressed. If I don't stream, my mental health goes down the shitter. Which is like the perfect work. I'm the perfect drone because I live to work, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, as I have Sigma grind set, and so I didn't stream for like 2 days, and then it just hit me, and I was like, damn. Yeah, basically, don't stream, get depressed, can't stream. Yeah, that's basically what happens. And then I have to like force myself to be like, no, I need to stream. And then I'll feel amazing probably after today's stream. And Domino's, thank you for the bits. I mean, not the bits, sorry. Force a Habit, thank you for the super chats. You need to not feel bad. Taking time off is way worse to hear that you go until you get sad or burnt out. Thank you. You thought I went to Japan or something? Nope, didn't go to Japan. Didn't go to America. I'm not in New York right now. I'm not in Japan. What are the weird rumors came up? What are the crazy things that you come up with as to why I wasn't streaming or wasn't saying anything? Do you have any silly rumors? Mpreg? I got someone Mpreg? Streaming distracts from the depression? Maybe. Pregnant. Found a partner, busy with work, dumb stuff, got another dog, pregnant, hijacked by aliens, suspended lol. I don't think I could have been suspended considering my own boss, H2O Sakana, didn't even realize I was not streaming. I think it would be very interesting if I was suspended if my own boss did not know I was not working, guys. That's a stretch. I had a baby. I mean, I have my niece. No, I can confirm that I was not suspended, sorry. If you didn't see the tweet, sorry, this is gonna be which will lead into the next point as to why I didn't stream. If I find it, where is it? There we go. Firefox. Yeah, there's Sakana saying you haven't been streaming in relation to me not streaming. Which, yeah, guys, I think if, when you stream so much that your boss just assumes you're always streaming. I don't think I got suspended, guys. If my boss didn't know that I wasn't streaming. Sorry to disappoint to any rumor mongers or whatever that thought I was taking a not break because I was forced to take a break. No, I don't even know why I would get suspended. Why the fuck would I get suspended? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's people being silly. Yeah, so I'm not pregnant. I'm not getting another dog. I'm not suspended. I'm not, whatever other reasons. I was just a combination of having to do IRL stuff, like I said in the tweets, and then also dream projects. So yeah. Apologies. And then, well, I guess I can get to the big point, aside from, you know, feeling down and depressed because I didn't stream, which made me even more depressed. I also got hit by the 1-2 punch of finding out that my roomies are going on holiday on Friday. My roomies turned around, I think this Monday? I think it was Monday. My roomies were just like, by the way, Clio, we're going on a trip and we're going to be gone for like, I think they said 8 days, but I don't know. So they're just going to be gone, which is going to affect my ability to stream because it's just going to be myself and Lottie. And Lottie has needs, and then I also have needs because I need to make food for myself. I can't just freeload off my roomies. Well, I don't freeload, I do help out, and I do, you know, help pay for the groceries and whatnot. So one of the cool things about my stream schedule is that my roomies are willing to prepare meals, and then, you know, I just come out and eat with them, or if I you know, eat it later. That's not going to happen if they're not here. So there will be a change in the schedule come Friday onwards for, I don't know how long they're gone. I think they said 8 days, but I don't know how long. Yes, that does mean, guys, I can do a cooking with Clio again, but I'm not going to live stream it. I'll record it again because I don't want to have to set up my PC in the kitchen. Also, I would stream at like some awful time because like my cooking time would be like 7 p.m. It'd be like 7 p.m. my time, if not earlier, which is like 5 a.m. East Coast time. So it'd be pretty awful for like most of you guys. So yeah, cooking with Clio number 3, I guess. You better promise to be nice to me because you were all awful last time. You're all pretty awful. I mean, not everyone was awful, but like a lot of you were pretty awful. I made a perfectly cromulent spaghetti bolognese and people were just like, I'm gonna tear this cunt to shreds. Let's do that. No, it's not gonna be like Pippa cracking egg. So yeah, that's coming in the future. So that means I probably won't stream on certain days this week / next week, depending on, I don't know where things line up. But I also will need to, you know, I'll need to feed myself. It also will affect, if I do stream, I will need to take breaks to make sure Lottie is okay. I can't just rely on my roomies to, you know, make sure that Lottie goes to the toilet. I will have to take breaks more often to make sure she's all good. So, there'll be days where if I'm looking after myself and Lottie, I might do evening streams. If not, I will, I don't know, do Discord hangouts. It's all up in the air. But you guys can organize stuff as well, and I know you have, so thank you guys. For the people organizing Discord hangouts and game sessions with you guys, thank you very much. For everyone who's been taking part in that. Sorry. I got an ice cream and it's melted in my room because it's actually quite toasty in here now. Do a Lottie stream, we can look after her. I don't trust her to look after herself. Give us another history lecture. I will be. I definitely have one locked in for November. As for I was going to do one in September, but we're running out of time and I still don't have a topic. Have you seen the new game trailers, Dawn of War 4, We Are So Back? I have not seen it. Lumi sent me it, but she sent me like the last 10 seconds of it, so when I woke up this morning was like, ugh, and I clicked on it. I watched 10 seconds of it, and then I was like, oh, cool. But then didn't go back and watch the rest. No, I'm not having a Golden Gate time. I am not having a Golden Gate time. Sorry to disappoint. What was I saying? Oh, let me consult my notes. Yeah, so that's going to affect streams, just a heads up. I don't know if that's how bad it'll be, but that might get in the way, which is what I alluded to in the tweet that I put out. I also have something in the future that will also potentially get in the way of streaming, is that I am taking part in the Total War Creator Clash, which means I will be doing a Total War Rome Remastered stream sometime in the next week, maybe this weekend. I will be playing Total War Rome 1 Remastered at some point. So please look forward to that. And then there is the actual competitive event, in which I will be facing another content creator in like a friendly sort of like 1v1 series. So I will be taking time off to do that, probably, because that will probably be at some fuck-ass time, because I'm pretty sure everyone that I'm competing against in that is in Europe or America. I don't think there's anyone in my time zone, unfortunately, so I don't think it's going to be at a good time for me, unfortunately. So I'm super cooked for that. Also, the ping is going to be horrendous, probably. Which is not ideal. Also, on top of the Total War Creator Clash, another thing that I have Total War related is that next week, patch 6.3 is coming out for Total Warhammer, and I will be getting early access because they bumped me up into the higher tier of the content creator thing. The Total War content creator thing. And what day is it today? Is it Wednesday? I'll be under embargo for like a few days, but I will be getting early access to that soon-ish. So I will be able to show off early access of Total War. So we might have a very Total War themed weekend this week. Or weekend, I don't know. It depends on, I guess, how interested you guys are for the new patch. Which, I mean, the new patch seems like a great step in the right direction, so I'm excited about it. Hi Clio, I miss you. I miss you guys too. I really did. Like I said earlier, when I don't stream, it affects my mental health, so I kind of went a bit crazy, going like, wah, I feel sad. So apologies. Eating looks funny. It's probably looking funny because I'm trying to not get the ice cream on myself, or the chair, or the new desk, so I'm trying to be safe with the ice cream. I hope you're feeling better now. I do feel a bit better. I mean, like, not to be too real, but maybe I am going to be real, and I hope this doesn't hurt anyone's feelings with what I'm about to say. But the loneliness that I feel, sometimes, like, you can kind of just, like, you can like temporarily abate it and feel fine, but then it just kind of like creeps back into the mind ever so insidiously and just like grabs you by the brain and goes, guess what, fuckhead? It creeps back in every now and then. Yeah, it's omnipresent, unfortunately. So yeah, it kind of just, I don't know, it'll probably come back. And I have Lottie with me, but also the fact that like the only human contact that I get is like my roomies. And they're gonna be gone, so I'm probably gonna feel even more alone because I'm not going to have anyone to talk to aside from you guys. So I know they're only gonna be gone for like, I don't know, 2-ish weeks maybe, but I might go insane. It's a pretty bad time for me to be feeling lonely if my roomie's leaving. Hit the pub, you might be onto something. You might be onto something. Maybe go to the town pub and have a nice time. Move into the creator house? No streamer houses, please. Go to a boyfriend cafe? I don't think they do idol or host clubs in rural Australia, guys. I think that might be a mainly uniquely Japanese thing. Unfortunately, I don't think they're looking for the Farmer Wants a Wife cast. I don't think there's no casting call for the Farmer Wants a Wife season 200 or wherever it is. Farmer Wants a Wife. Hmm. "13 seasons? Oh my gosh. There were 13 seasons of Farmer Wants a Wife. It's British? It started in 2001? What? And then it came to Australia. They made an Australian version, and then they made an American version. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was eating ice cream. No, it's not the same farmer. They get like a cast of farmers to, you know, become husbands? Or wives. I don't know. Maybe there are female farmers after a husband. Your uncle almost went on the show. As a farmer or as a wife? Sorry, it was a silly joke. It was a silly joke. How are we doing on time? Oh my god, I've been streaming for an hour. What the fuck? Okay, ice cream is finished. Sorry. Morning, Clio. How was EU5? Okay, I can move on to the next point after I talk about my crippling loneliness. Yeah, I feel very alone, which is affecting my mental health in a negative way, but what can you do about it? Not a typical name. Thank you for joining the emotes tier. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 punch reasons that I didn't stream is I got a DM from the lovely people at Paradox Interactive who said, Clio, you're at your lowest. Here, have this, and gives me a code to Europa Universalis 5 and says, now you can't talk about this. You can't talk about EU5 yet because we haven't technically announced the big thing that we're going to announce soon, but just keep an eye at Gamescom, Clio. So I wasn't actually going to tell you about it because until literally yesterday, or this morning, I think, I wasn't allowed to tell you about it. So one of the quote-unquote work projects that I was alluding to in the tweet a few days ago was literally because, yes, I had Europa Universalis 5. And I have played that game for 30 hours in 3 days. I have put 30 hours into that game in 3 days. So yes, that is part of why I didn't stream, is because I literally would wake up whilst kind of depressed, just kind of feeling sad and go, well, what if I played EU5 instead of doing anything else? So I did. I played, I think, hang on, let me check. How many hours? Paradox, EU4, EU5, EU5. Oh, guys, no, 32.7 hours. Sorry, I was wrong. 32.7 hours in 3 days. Now, if my math is not correct, I think 3 days is 76 hours? Or something? No. How many hours is 3 days? 24, 48, 72, 72. 72. So I played 32 out of those 72 hours. Sorry, guys, I've got a history degree, not maths. Yeah, that's a lot of EU5ing. Sorry, force a habit. It's really weird to say EU5 still. Thank you, Cobbolds, for joining the emotes here. It's really, really weird that I have to say EU5 now. But I have it, and Paradox has been very nice in giving me early access. And then, yes, as I mentioned, full disclosure, I received a copy of the game for free. I will be receiving the full game closer to launch, unless I guess I fuck up and say something I'm not supposed to. Not atypical. Thank you very much again for joining the emotes here. I think I said thank you, but thank you again. As someone who's been intimidated by the EU franchise, how can I get into the series gently? Ooh. I would say that playing EU5 is fundamentally so different from playing EU4 that although some similarities are... I was going to say available in both, but that's what a similarity is. Although there are some similarities, thank you Crazy 8 for the corgi with the heart. There are some similarities with how the game plays, but there is enough fundamental changes to systems and even interacting with the game and the interface is so different that I don't know if I can honestly say play EU4 before play EU5, because I don't think it's gonna help you. I don't know, like maybe some of the fundamentals of like playing a map game would help and let you move an army around, but it plays so different from EU4 that like I can't even like comprehend all of the changes yet. In those 30 hours, the furthest I've got is like 14... I think it's 1425? 1425, I think, is how far I am into the campaign. Like, that's the furthest I've gotten. I've been playing as Venice. I have conquered most of Italy. If I'm going to be honest, it's really easy to conquer. It's really easy to conquer in that game. Yeah, it's 30 hours and 90 years. Bearing in mind, I'm having to learn everything on the fly. Oh, sorry. Boom mic might need a little, what is it called? WD-40. It is very easy to play to get strong in that game, like tall or wide. It is incredibly, I think, easy to get strong early. There is a point when you get a professional army in the tech tree. Basically, you get the ability to start fielding regular troops instead of levies. And once you have that, you basically have an unfair advantage over all of the AI in a way that kind of breaks the balance of the game. I had a fight in the game. Clio, is this embargo knowledge? No, I can talk about the gameplay. I just can't show it. I had a fight earlier today in which I had 2,000 regulars, so actual trained professional troops. They went to fight 20,000 enemy troops, of which probably most were levies. There may have been some regulars in there, but the AI doesn't prioritize in the tech tree, I guess, to get the regular troops. So my 2,000 troops marched into the battle and killed 20,000 men in about, like, 3 days. It was so... And, like, each battle phase is, like, one of my troops dying in each battle phase, and then the AI is losing, like, 300. It's kind of like, imagine playing Crusader Kings and you have just knights and the enemy has just levies. There is basically like a massive power jump where you just you can overcome literally anything in the AI. I had a war against Castile, and Castile had 90,000 troops or something ridiculous, and I stack wiped him with 5,000 troops. It doesn't really make any sense to me, but it works in that way, and it's like, oh, okay. Forza Venezia, I guess. Get wrecked, Iberians. Yeah, so I think, like, I was speaking to some other Paradox content creators, and they were saying that the difficulty ramps up later, and that the AI eventually catches up and starts fielding absurd regular armies. So they do end up eventually, like, catching up, and then also maybe overtaking you, because if they're like a big empire and all of a sudden they have regulars, then they can have like huge armies. Can you talk about this? Yes, let me reiterate the statements that I have from Paradox. You can talk openly and freely about EU5, having early access to an in-development build, talking directly to Paradox Tinto, and discussing all features within the game. I think I'm talking about all features within the game. I just cannot show you or record any gameplay content, so you have to take my word for it. Yes. Late game becomes more interesting. I mean, like, I'm... what, like 90 years into the campaign or something? Something like that. I'm 90 years into the game, so I've, like, not even experienced, like, a fifth of the gameplay, I think. I'm 90 years into the gameplay. No, not 90 years old. So yeah, the military is, like... I don't know, my military is kick-ass and everyone else's sucks, but that's kind of how it works in EU4 anyway. But yeah, I've managed to play Venice and Blob pretty quickly. The problem with the game, though, is that, you know how in EU4, like, if you have a rebellion, it just pops up out of a province with, like, a big army representing how many rebels from that faction or ethnicity are rebelling, or religion are rebelling against you. In EU5, when a state rebels, the entire country pops out and you are in a war against them. So you can, if you go too fast, if you go way too fast in conquering, you'll end up fighting like multiple wars at once against all of the countries that you just conquered. Which I think is it Imperator style? So literally like just before I started streaming, when I was hanging out with Tenma, I was fighting in a war against Serbia, and then at the same time putting down a rebellion in Ferrara and Brescia. Because the rebellions all popped all at once. And that was a little stressful, because it was like, oh shit, I gotta fight on multiple fronts. But ever since I got my regular troops, I haven't been using my levies, because levies are like, hey, press this button to ruin your country. It's really funny, because so early game, going to war is super duper ass. Unless you hire mercenaries, wars are so costly that, like, I would always just use mercenaries instead of, using actual levies, because if you raise your levies, you get into a battle, you lose half your army. Guess what, fucker? There goes half your economy as well, because that's all the people in the fields dead. All the people who plow the fields and mine the iron and, you know, pick the grain, they're all fucking dead. So it's pretty bad. Also, the Black Death comes and kills like a quarter of your country if you're lucky. I think I got Venice prior to the Black Death up to 1 million population, and then after the Black Death, even though I played really safe, built hospitals everywhere, closed the borders, bought enough medicines or medicants, I think is what the word is called. Even though I did all of that, I still lost 400,000 people out of my country, which is kind of interesting that it happens, is that you can kind of use the Black Death as like a springboard to jump off of, because you can just, like, everyone else gets more fucked up by it than you do, because you effectively handle the situation better than anyone else. So that once the Black Death is over, you just hire a shit ton of mercenaries and start killing everyone around you. Which is pretty sick. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, sorry. I was sneezing. Yeah, so you can kind of use the Black Death, because it's an interesting concept, basically, because you have, like, I don't know, like 10 years of gameplay, and then all of a sudden the Black Death just goes, kills everything, ruins your entire country, ruins your economy. I have been only playing as Venice thus far, so, basically, I've been playing one of the best nations to handle the problem, is because it's a republic, and my army is primarily, if I'm not using mercenaries, it's, you know, the levies, and the levies are just peasants. So you got shit tons of peasants. Whereas I think if you're like a different nation where maybe your troops are more like your noble class instead of your levies, I think you might get disproportionately affected by it or whatever. Can you get hit by it multiple times? Yes, you can. And that the Black Death can happen. So in one of my attempts, I had the Black Death happen, thought it had gone away, and then it came back again for a second round and, like, ruined my country a little bit before it went away again. So you can get a little unlucky, because as far as I can tell, it's just like, I don't know, the game just randomly tabulates how it spreads. In the one that I did in the current campaign, the Black Death actually spread to Europe via Russia, Sweden, into northern Germany. It didn't enter via, you know, Italian traders, which is really weird. So I kind of got hit by it, like, at the last second, as opposed to, like, you know, fairly early on. So I think there is maybe some randomness with how it can spread. I don't think it's just like a scripted thing of just like, oh, it's in the Great Horde, and then all of a sudden fucking everyone's dead. And it's actually not that long of a time period. But yeah, that's like the first thing that you have to watch out for is the Black Death. And then after that, it's just like, oh, Renaissance happens, and then from there, like, springboarding into a good econ and expanding. Will you be playing Battlefield 2042 to unlock the cosmetics for Battlefield 6 when it comes out? I don't know, because I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know. Have I bought something from Tenmu? No, I haven't. I haven't bought anything from Tenmu. No, I don't know anything about that. I'd have to look into it, but it sounds interesting, I guess, maybe. Are there institutions like EU5? In EU4, sorry? They are, but they are different. So, for example, the Renaissance will spawn, and then once the Renaissance is spawned, there's actually 2 other branches that can spawn in each age. And when the age starts, you can pick one of them to have unlocked straight away. You still have to embrace it, I think. If you don't embrace it, then the research time is very long. And research scales with the literacy rates of your country, if I'm not mistaken. And then, yeah. It's very, very interesting. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try and answer them, but like, I can talk about my experiences some more. So trade is just like, I don't fucking understand. Luckily, there is a button that automates your trade, and I'm going to be honest, I think everyone has been using it. We have like a little place where all the content creators talk to each other, and we can like ask questions and give advice. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm playing a game that no one else has had the chance to play, so I can't look things up. That's why I've put 32 hours and I'm only 90 years into the game, is that I've been basically like, I restarted twice, because the first attempt, I kind of messed up a little bit, and I was like, shit, maybe I restart. And then the second attempt, I was a bit more familiar with it, and then I was like, okay, I'll play one more time, and then I'll restart it. So one thing that is really sick that I can talk about with Project Caesar or EU5, which I was concerned about. You know how I was concerned that the game wouldn't have a good tutorial that taught you how to play the game? That was like my chief concern back in May when I got early access the first time, was I am concerned about if they can make the tutorial accessible to people and teach people all the new systems, because the game is difficult. And I don't know what they did, or maybe they hired someone who's very good at making tutorials, but they did it. They somehow did it. They made a good tutorial. And I know you're probably gonna go, what? Paradox Interactive made a good tutorial? And they made a good tutorial, guys. Because guess what? They made it so that the tutorial works as any nation. Regardless of what nation you pick in that game, the tutorial works. So it adapts to whatever country you're playing. So I'm playing as Venice, and there's some faults with it because technically Venice's capital is an island. So there's like one mission in particular that I can't do because it needs my capital to not be on an island, because I need to connect it to a road, and I think because the capital is on an island, it doesn't work. But basically, they made it so that the tutorial adapts to any country that you pick. So it's, as far as I can tell, they've made a really good tutorial. It's crazy that it works just with any nation. Yeah, you don't have to learn the game as playing in Ireland anymore, but I probably am going to do another I'm probably going to do a I'm probably going to do a campaign in Ireland, just to see what it's like. Because you have to deal with the fucking English. So I'm hoping I can figure that out. But yeah, no, it's they somehow pulled it off. I'm genuinely super surprised that they made the tutorial good. It's really weird. It's really, 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 really weird. So congratulations to any of the Paradox devs who worked on the tutorial, because like genuinely it is really impressive. You're just gonna apologize now for being English. That's okay. You can understand our skepticism, of course. Yes, I know you guys saw the specs, right? You guys saw the specs, and I know you guys have been talking a lot about like, oh shit, the recommended specs are fucking insane, right? It's like an i40 14700 or something? Is that how I say it? I don't know. Those specs, I believe, are for 4K resolution, 60 FPS. So don't worry about that. If you are still on 1080p, like I think a lot of people are, don't worry about that necessarily. You should be a bit better. That said, we are on an early build, like a not complete version of the game, and there's performance issues, sure. Because optimization, I believe, I'm not a game developer by any stretch of the imagination. But my understanding is that game optimization does come last, correct? And so I did do like a little, I have a pretty good PC, and I checked my usage, and I think it was saying that my CPU is at 50% usage when I was playing earlier. But obviously that's still like 90 years into the game of a game that goes for like 500. But I've conquered like most of Italy, so 4090 pretty good. It's not the graphics card that's the issue for a lot of people, it's the CPU. So I have the 7800 X3D, I think is what it's called, I think. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, that is a pretty top of the line CPU. I'm not gonna say it's like silky smooth. There's definitely performance issues at the moment, but again, it's because it's not a finished game, so there's gonna be, you know, I think the Paradox content creators who went to Spain, I think they went to Spain and they were talking about how the game played quite poorly or slowly when they played it at Paradox. So yeah, I mean, like, I totally understand that people are concerned about that. I get it. Like, I think if the performance issues that I'm having at the moment aren't fixed by the time that the game comes out, I would probably tell you guys to maybe hold off on playing it, but I'm hopeful that they'll fix, like, they'll iron it out with the optimizations, because yeah, we are playing technically like a pre-release build, so, you know, it is what it is. That's it, guys. Did you know you can pre-order it with my link? Sorry. Yeah, shameless shill, guys. I have a referral link if you want to pre-order the game. Forgot about that. Yeah. If you do want to use my referral link, where is it? Impact? No, Paradox. I posted it on Twitter, I think, and Discord, I think. Hang on, let me check. Does the link work? I think it does. It was very confusing. I had a link and then it didn't work, and then I had already tweeted it before I did it. Oh, that's working. Is the one on Twitter working? Let me check. Does this one work? Yep, that one's working. Okay. Yeah, so I do have referral links if you do want to get it early, but I totally understand, guys. Like, I'm not gonna push you guys to pre-order it because I get 12% of the purchase, which is how much I get from the cut. Which I'm allowed to tell you because, well, I think I'm allowed to tell you because someone else mentioned it, that it's 12%. So, you know, it's a pretty decent amount for cut of a game purchase. Pretty decent amount. So thank you to the... Whoa! Okay, that's actually quite a few people. I've had 474 clicks, guys, and a decent amount of people have bought the game. So thank you guys for using my referral code. I think also in the checkout, if you type Clio IT as like the coupon, I think that also works. Where is the link? Here's the link. If you want pre-order the game and support me. There you go. But yeah, no, absolutely zero pressure, guys, if you do not want to pre-order. I totally understand. I just realized my fucking chat has been in top chat the entire stream. I'm so sorry, guys. I might not have seen all your messages because the stream was in top chat instead of live chat. My bad, guys. God damn it, YouTube. God damn it. Anyway, yeah. So thank you everyone who's been using the code. My bad. My bad. Do I have Lottie today? I don't think I do. I think I get her tomorrow. There is an option in Hype Chat. When I stream in Twitch, not when I stream in Twitch, when I stream directly to YouTube, it uses the chat window in OBS, which doesn't have the plugin enabled, and I don't know how to install the plugin onto it because it's like directly from the YouTube widget. It's not it's not like a pop-out window. I could pop it out, but yeah. So yeah, thank you for everyone who's used the link. But yeah, I can talk about the game, I guess, if you have any questions. Trade is very confusing. That's the main thing that's, I think, holding me back from getting good at the game. And like, obviously, like, there's probably systems later in the game that I don't understand. There's probably going to be systems later in the game that I don't know about yet, which is definitely going to be something to learn. But yeah, I think at the moment the main thing that I'm struggling with is trade, because trade is confusing and is more like Vicky 3 / Imperator, like a fusion of the two, and I don't really understand how it works. Like, I get the gist of it is like, hey, you need to make goods that, like, let's say you want to make jewel making. Okay, that sells for a lot because there's a high demand for jewel making and not a lot of supply. So you have to produce the various different things that go into making jewels, or buy them from other markets, and then you can make those and sell them in your own market to your own people, or you can then sell them back to other markets. That fucking thing is so confusing. It is so confusing, and I do not understand it at all yet. But, you know, if you're an economics nerd, you're probably gonna like it. You're probably gonna like it a lot. Because I do not really get it yet, and I currently struggle with it. So luckily the automation system is pretty good. I spoke to some other content creators who've had more time with the game than me, and they were saying that when they try and do it manually, that it actually ends up being not as good as if they just used the automated version, because by using it by doing it manually, what they end up doing is ruining the markets that they try to exploit by selling too much. And by selling too much, they essentially make their own goods worthless. So if they left it at automated, yeah, they get a huge spike from doing it manually and like flooding markets with the goods that they're producing. But then after a while, because they do that, it makes those goods literally worthless. So you actually end up better, question mark, by letting the game take the wheel, so to speak. Because then you can, it does it more gradually, I think. So at the moment in my Venice playthrough, my early income was from making books. There was insane demand because I have a very well-read population, I think, relative to the rest of the world. Also, by the way, Venice, like the Republic of Venice, has like 3.9 million people living in it in like 1420 or something. It's kind of crazy. Although, like, I checked the populations. The only thing in like the part of the world that I can see at the moment that has like more population than me at the moment is Egypt. And then I looked over in China and I was like, oh shit, there's like random Chinese tiny countries that have 15 million people inside of them. It was like, oh, okay, classic China. How do they fit? Because I own most of Italy. Like, I have most of the peninsula, so, you know, they're spread out, but like the Venetian sort of region, like the Adriatic coast, has like, I think 1 million people in it alone. And then the rest of the population is spread out all over Italy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see like the game actually holding its own when it comes to automation. You can also automate buildings. I would say maybe don't do that. I think that is much more easy to understand. It's literally just like, oh, this is in demand, so build the buildings that help you produce more of that. So for like my bookmaking, I was making scriptoniums, which is like a clergy class building, and so I was able to build a shit ton of them because I took the government reforms that let me have a larger clergy class in all of my towns and cities. So as a result, I was able to employ more of the clergy into making books, essentially, which I was then selling into the Venetian markets and then other markets as well. So I was making like, I don't have any reference for if this is good or not, but it was like it was like 1360, like 10 years or something after like, I don't know, 20 years or something after like the Black Death had, you know, ravaged all of the known world. And I was making like 50 ducats a month income from like just spamming books at people, which is pretty sick. Does population, jobs, or income matter? Yep. So your different populations have different demands and needs, and they also have different roles in what they do in the society as well. They also have different literacy rates. So like if you want to research things faster, you have to be able to increase the literacy rates of all of your populations. Because I think it takes the average. I think it takes the average of the entire country. Which is very cool. Very, very cool. Can you intentionally flood another nation's market to ruin their economy? Yes, but that will affect yours as well, right? You would need to have backup economy options for yourself, because in doing that you also ruin your own economy, because you're dedicating an absolute boatload of your own production to that. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Turns out, guys. Turns out it is my turn to look after Lottie. So we do have dog aggro today. So I'll probably wrap things up in a little bit. But yeah, yeah, EU5 is pretty cool. If you have any questions, lay them on me. Like, I'll try and answer them. I'll try and think about, like, what other things. Like, I've talked about the levies and stuff being, like, absolutely awful. Like, one of the biggest advices I would say is just basically, if you ever want to start a war, save up money, hire mercenaries, don't use levies, and then let your levies stay in the fields, because otherwise your economy just explodes. It's, like, so debilitating to lose all of the people in your workforce when you go fight instead of letting them die. Surely not cutting the stream short to play more EU5. It's like 11:30. I do not have much time at the moment. Did Venice like jazz? I did unlock somewhat recently theaters and like culture buildings. So I've been spamming them in my Venetian provinces to help boost the culture of, like, the Venetian culture, which helps propagate it to the rest of my empire, because essentially I'm, like, promoting Venetian stuff, Venetian culture, Venetian goods to the rest of my country, and then they, in turn, I think, start flipping Venetian. I think Hansa is an IO, Lubeck. Yeah, Hansa's in the game. Lubeck's in the game. I'm trying to think what else. Because it's pre-Kalmar Union, so you don't have to, like, I think pre-Kalmar Union, the Hansa is in control, right? Let me pick you up. Right? I've been playing the game whilst talking to you guys. No, I haven't. I really haven't, because you would know, because the soundtrack is very loud. I turned the game down, and I don't think there might be, like, a current bug with the game, where if you turn the volume of the music down and it doesn't turn down in game. it doesn't turn down, so it's really loud. And then also, if you interact over the UI sometimes, like if you go from the map to the menus, the game volume changes as well. Like if you're in the menus, the game is quiet, and then you move your mouse back over to the map, the game suddenly goes with like all the sound effects. That's like a very strange bug at the moment. Kalmar Union? The Kalmar Union forms when? (1397). Yeah, so it's like 60 years after the start of the game. I was right. So I think I'm like 99% sure that the main power in North Germany / Scandinavia is the Hansa, right? The Hanseatic League, if you will. Yes, it is. What about the Hussite Wars? Yeah, no, Hussite Wars, I think, can be a thing. I don't know if I saw it happen, but basically, in-game, when I was playing, I got a pop-up saying that a new, Catholic, what's the word I'm looking for? Heathen religion? Heretics. A new heretic religion popped up called, Hussitism. And then, like, literally a month later, the Pope excommunicated Bohemia. So I was like, oh shit, stuff's happening in Bohemia. And I think the Pope... I don't know if this is true or not, but from what I can tell, if you get excommunicated, the Pope gets to rival you for free. Because every time I saw the Pope excommunicate someone, or someone excommunicated the Pope, he would rival them. So it was interesting, because I got excommunicated twice and he instantly rivaled me every single time. The League was not a unitary political entity. I know, I never said it was. I said that the main power and wealth in the North Germany / Scandinavian region was through the Hanseatic League, or the Hansa. I didn't say anything about them being one entity. Anyway. It seems like getting excommunicated in EU5 is a little bit rougher because literally everyone hated me when I got excommunicated, and then when the excommunication ends, when the excommunication ended, I didn't instantly lose like the debuff. You know, like how in EU4, like if you get excommunicated then you buy the indulgence, which you can do. You can't, I don't think you can do that in EU5. And then in EU5, it doesn't instantly go away. It actually ticks back up. So it was like a negative 200 relations that slowly ticked back up, which makes sense, right? Like if you're excommunicated, people aren't just gonna be all of a sudden like fine with you no longer being excommunicated, right? They're gonna be like, hey, those guys kind of fucked up, right? So like I was trying to diplomatically grab a bunch of little Italians to be my vassals because I didn't really want to bother conquering them. Also, like, yeah, I don't know if anyone said this, like, you don't bother with getting CBs in the early game. I don't know if this changes, but as far as I can tell, you can't do like reconquest CBs. That doesn't exist anymore. And like spying to get a CB takes too long. So you just tank the stability hit and no CB everyone to expand. It's really, really strange. It's this strange system, and the AI does it as well. Like everyone is basically on their like 8th war of like aggression against each other. It's really weird, but like the way it works is like, and I think maybe they need to take a look at it because it takes so long to bother getting like a casus belli on people that you just tank the unrest from your stability tanking, and then because it's really not that much. Like you tank the CB and then you tank the war exhaustion and you tank the antagonism for no CBing, but like everyone's doing it. So like it's really not that bad. Aren't you supposed to use your estates and your parliament to generate CBs? You can, but that's too long. Because like I have, as Venice, I have a parliament. And I can use it to get CBs, but like the CBs that you get only last for 5 years. So like I was attacking people for a war, get a CB mid-war on someone else, and then finish the first war and be like, oh shit, I gotta wait for my troops to resupply, and then by the time like the CB is about to end, I'm like, oh okay, now I can attack. Do religious CBs through ideas exist? So the tech tree is called advances, I think that's the word that they use, and Deus Vult CB is in that, but the thing is, to get Deus Vult CB, you need to create the CB for it. You don't automatically have it like in EU4. You know how like in EU4 you can have like a million different special casus belli, or casus belli, or whatever you want to call it. You can get like a million different ones, like a different casus belli to attack people with. And so like you don't have to do anything to that. You don't spy on them. Whereas in EU5, you have to build a spy network on the person, and then as it like once it hits 20, I think once it hits 20 spy network, then you can start creating the casus belli. So you spend essentially double the amount of time to build up the spy network, and then you start fabricating the casus belli. It's not an instant button press like it is in EU4. So it just takes way too long to get casus belli, especially early game. I don't know if that will change later, but it seems convoluted. It is. It's even worse when you have the new diplomacy system where you have limited interaction counts from how expensive your diplomatic actions are, because you have like a diplomatic resource that you spend money to get diplomatic actions, I think, and then doing something diplomatically uses up one like 1.0 of that resource. And if you don't have at least 1.0 of the diplomatic resource, you can't do anything diplomatically. So I've had awkward situations where I've been spying on people, and then I build up the casus belli on a country, and then when I go to declare the war, I can't actually declare the war because I don't have any of the diplomatic points. So you have to wait for the diplomatic points to refill, which you can just put more money into it to make it go up higher. It's really a really weird system. It's from Vicky 3, is it? Okay, well, yeah, I'm not used to it, that's for sure. So it makes it very, very weird. So yeah, at the moment, I think myself and pretty much like all of the content creators have basically just been like, oh, I guess we just no CB everything and just tank it. So yeah, that's basically what we've been doing. And so as a result, it's very easy to expand because you don't give a crap about what anyone thinks about you. Like I've taken most of Italy and I think most people hate me, and they've tried to coalition me a few times and it just never happened. So yeah, everyone's just like hyper aggressive in U5, including the AI sometimes. And also the way that it calculates like army size sometimes is so convoluted. Like people will have smaller countries than you but have bigger levies, and it's just like, I don't know how this works, but okay. Yeah, it's really interesting. Sorry, I've been talking about the game a bunch, which, you know, I guess makes sense because that's what you guys I think were interested in. Any more questions? Otherwise I'll probably wrap this up. But yeah, I've only seen like 90 years of the game, so I don't know too much. But I'm excited to see more. And I hope the game sticks landing because, you know, it is the sequel to my favorite game ever. How good is the AI? I think the AI is actually really good at building up really nasty alliance networks. And as a result, I've had moments of, like the Pope, for example. Like, I have to fight the Pope in my current campaign. That motherfucker, he keeps allying Castile, Aragon, Denmark, England. He hates France for some reason in this timeline. Well, I guess because of the Pope and anti-Pope stuff. But he keeps allying, like, everyone. I know he's the Pope, but, like, it's like, please stop allying them. I've had, like, 3 wars against the Pope where he just keeps calling in Castile, and Castile at this point has 90,000 troops, and I have 7,000. I have 7,000 regular troops, which are better than his, but, you know, he has, like, 90,000 levies. How's the HRE work? I don't know yet. I don't know how the HRE really works. I kind of know how the papacy works. I bought a bunch of courier seats, which is nice, because then I get to vote on stuff. But I think there's a current bug with, specifically the excommunication vote, where if you put in your votes for the excommunication stuff, because you vote on it now, it doesn't actually take the votes. It resets it back to 0 every time I click on it. So what happens is, on the last day of the excommunication vote, I need to remember to vote in it, because otherwise the AI will put 1 vote into excommunicating you, and then you get excommunicated, which is what happened to me earlier today. So yeah, I got wrecked because of that. At least the Pope doesn't randomly ally the Mamluks. Guess what? I have something worse than that. I have something much, much worse than the Pope allying the Mamluks. I got the Ottomans allying the Mamluks. That's disgusting. Because if you're not aware, the Mamluks are the strongest nation in 1337 at the start in the Mediterranean, like by a country mile. They have like 5 million population at the start. Have the Ottomans expanded? They are winning I don't know what it's called, but basically, like, there's different periods in the game that affect certain areas. So, like, I've been playing in, in Italy, obviously. So at the start of the game, I get I never remember how to pronounce it. The Ghibellines versus the Guelphs. I'd probably butcher the pronunciations. It's that siding with the HRE, the Pope, type shit for the Italians. So I get that, and then also because I have stuff in Greece, I also get the pop-up about the Turkish stuff. It's like the fight for Turkey or something, the fight for Anatolia, or Rise of the Turkish Tribes. And so basically there's like a scoreboard in Turkey, and basically whoever is like the first, second, and third biggest tags in Anatolia essentially like get bonuses to help conquer the rest of it. So can Venice join the fight for Anatolia instead of Italy? You can just conquer it. Yeah, you could probably go and conquer them. Like, you could just jump. The thing is, because everyone uses no CBs, you can just attack anyone. As long as they're in diplomatic range of you, you can just attack them. So if you wanted, you could hire a bunch of mercenaries and just take Constantinople 1337 as Venice. I would highly recommend not doing it, because I think the Byzantines were much stronger than you at the start of the game, but you could do that. In my timeline, the Byzantines still hold like all of Greece, and it's like 1420 something. So like the Ottomans didn't make it over the water to kill Bulgaria like they did historically. What else is there? Oh yeah, I saw a screenshot from another content creator, and the Pope took Constantinople, which is kind of crazy. That's very, very funny. Is it just the Bosphorus? I guess it is just the Bosphorus, yeah. What else? What else is there? Oh yeah, there's the 100-Year War stuff, so you can take part in the 100-Year War as any country. Like, if you want to side with the French, or you want to side with the English, you can, join either side. As far as I can tell, it feels like the French win every single time. Basically, just from anecdotal evidence, every time I've looked over it, it looks like basically all of Europe hates the English, and just like gangs up against them, and then the English don't actually get attacked. Except, I think in my timeline, France owns parts of Scotland, which I don't understand how it did that. Also, one crazy thing that I had happen to me is that my Doge got a personal union with another republic. I forgot about that. Yeah, so for some reason, your Doge can, if you are the leader of a republic, you can become the monarch of another nation. Or including the leader of another republic. So, my Doge got elected the leader of the Republic of Mantua. So all of a sudden, I had a personal union despite being a republic as Venice, which is very, very strange. But then the Republic of Mantua had another election, and they got rid of my guy. They got rid of my guy. So I lost my personal union with them. Which is really funny. Yeah, Mantua. North Italian on that thing. Sorry. They got fed up. I don't know. It was like a small little blip where they said, nah, don't want this Doge anymore. Yeah, so that can happen with republics. There's a, like the Duke of Provence at the moment. I don't know how it happened, but the Duke of Provence is the leader of a tiny Italian republic. So Provence has this, like, pretty sizable territory, and then they're ruled by the leader of a republic. But, like, he was the leader of the republic before he was the Duke of Provence. So the lead power in the personal union is this, like, tiny little republic. It's really weird. Do you get a CB or bonuses for it? No, I don't think so. Florence was led by a Habsburg in their later years. I mean, let's be honest, pretty much all of Europe was led by a Habsburg at one point. He got elected Doge, then inherited provincial throne. Yeah, basically. Which is really funny, because he, like, might lose the election in the Republic and then become just the Duke of Provence, I guess. Not the Dutch, famously. Yeah, but then you ate your prime minister, so... whatever. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, sorry. No, EU5 seems fun. Like, I'm really enjoying it so far. There's definitely weirdness to it that I'm not used to, and I think it's kind of expected, considering it's such a massive overhaul compared to EU4. It really, like, playing EU5, my fears of it being very simulation-y are somewhat founded, because EU4 turns out, EU4 is a very, very arcadey approach to, like, strategy and history games, in a way that I really liked. And so when it went to an EU5, I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking crazy. This is insane. I don't know what I'm doing. Any urge to play Vicky 3 now? Why would I play Vicky 3 when I can just play EU5? Unless they take away access to EU5, I have literally no reason to play Vicky 3. So, you know, I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed my time. So thank you again, Paradox, for the early access. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed me ranting about it, because, you know, I can't show you anything. Oh, actually, no, I do have something. Sorry, because they asked us to clear up some confusion, I think, about the DLC stuff, because I know, obviously, people are sensitive about the DLC. I totally understand it, guys. Like, I know Paradox does not have the best track record with, their releases recently, or the DLC stuff. So they posted something in the how they're talking to us, I gotta just say the server. So about the premium edition and DLC strategy, since I saw some EU4 players are confused about it. If you play our other games, you may have noticed we started to focus on having big... I'm just going to read it verbatim. Sorry for being a sock puppet for Paradox right now, but I figured it's best for me to read out the statements. They're probably going to publish this to, like, you guys directly, but they said it to us. If you play our other games, you may have noticed that we've started to focus on having big expansion passes or chapters for CK3, where we lay down the path ahead for players, making things easier to understand and see where they are headed. Or where we are headed. That is the same goal we have for EU5 after we are done with the Premium Edition. For the Premium Edition, we do not have a Day 1 DLC. Sure, we have an instant unlock, but that is more of a cosmetic pack than a DLC. I will not get into the details about DLC content yet, but you will see we aim to have one DLC every 3 months or so no, we are not getting pieces of the main game and then selling them as DLC. We will develop them over time whilst we keep updating the game itself for free. Finally, you will also notice that unlike CK3 and Vicky 3, we do not have an expansion in the Premium Edition. This comes from our learning with those games, where we were a bit limited in how much time we could spend on improving the game post-release, and also decide where we should go with expansions after we learn what players want for the game. So we have chosen not to have one for the Premium Edition itself, but we do plan to have game-changing expansions in future expansion passes. There you go. That is the full statement. So, you know, take it with, you know, a grain of salt about how much you trust Paradox, I suppose. Which I know, like, it's a very difficult track record to compare with certain, you know, games and updates that they've had. But hopefully, you know, they stick the landing, and hopefully, you know, things come out. Like, you know, inevitably what is going to happen is that the game will come out and there'll be fixes. They'll need to fix things, bugs, errors, maybe, hopefully not performance stuff. Hopefully the performance stuff is optimized, but, you know, that's the nature of game development, is that it seems very difficult, especially if you are PC oriented, because it's not like a console where every user has the same specs, right? You have a multitude of different potential, what's the word I'm looking for? Permutations of, you know, people's setups and specs of, and how you make the game work for each person is going to be probably a gargantuan task. I don't know how games are made, but I understand, as far as I can understand, is how PC game development can be pretty challenging. Yeah, they are just words. That is true. They are just words. But, you know, there's them talking about, hey, they're not taking bits out of the main game and selling it later. They still haven't released Republics for CK3. I know, it sucks. It sucks, and I would love to play Venice and CK3, but you can't yet. So, luckily you can do it in EU5, guys. It is kind of crazy that we got Venice in EU5 before we got Venice in CK3. That is kind of a crazy statement. That is kind of a crazy statement, but it is true. So, you know, and I am primarily an EU fan, so it is what it is. Yeah. EU5 before GTA 6? I mean, that's not hard. I don't know if GTA 6 is ever coming back, is it? It's Crusader Kings, not Crusader Republics. That's true. You got me there. You got me there. Thank you, Hoofhearted, by the way, for 3 months of support. Why is the Hitchery not a republic, but North Korea somehow is? Is it just the name? That's a weird question. But I don't think I understand. I'm gonna be honest. There's a new horse coming out today? Is that why I don't get free horse pulls at the moment for the new girl? What's her name? I've forgotten her name. Cool. I still haven't... When do I get to set my team for the Taurus Cup, guys? When do I get to do that? When do I get to do that? Today? Now? Really? Because I haven't been able to put my team in the Taurus Cup stuff. You can do it now. Oh yeah, it's the 21st. Shit. Okay. A crocodile received some bad news. He said, I'm in denial. Oh my god. That's a good one. Thank you, Simboli Rudolph, in the Twitch chat. I mean, YouTube chat. Thank you very much. Anyway, I should probably not launch Uma Musume Pretty Derby because you'll hear it and then you'll be like, Clio, classic, you're not going to bed. I'm going to play Uma Musume instead of going to sleep. But I'll do that off stream so you can't accuse me of it. What game do I hate the most? I feel like I don't hate any game in particular because if I don't like a game, I just don't play it. That said, I guess horror games, maybe? A general consensus of horror games, I don't play them because I'm scared. League of Legends? Yeah, but I don't like League of Legends. I can understand that League of Legends is fun to other people. I don't hate it. It's just, it is what it is. What's my favorite food? Roast carrots? Roast carrots are really good. Too much energy to hate things. Too much energy. Too much emotional investment to have that stronger feeling when I've got, like, other shit to care about. I've tried to get an appointment with fucking, what is it? The home loan people, mortgage people, and they're, like, pulling my pizzle all over the place. I'm like, what the hell? Why is this so difficult? I just want to get a mortgage. I don't care about hating League of Legends when I'm trying to buy a fucking house. Please fix Wordle on Discord? Huh? What happened to it? What happened to Wordle? What did it do? I haven't taken part in a while. Sorry for not Wordling. Oh! I disabled it. I'm sorry, guys. Someone posted the thing about, like, I don't know if you saw it. There was a VTuber who posted on Twitch. There's a VTuber who posted on Twitch, or Twitter rather, that, like, someone went into their Discord server and, like, used a bot to post, like, horrific things in their Discord whilst they streamed. And the way to fix that was to turn off the bot integration stuff. But inevitably doing that, I can't... You guys can't play Wordle, because it uses the same thing. You don't need to type the thing. Andromedas, I didn't say the thing because I didn't want to verbalize the thing that they were posting because it's horrible. You don't need to type in the chat. I purposely didn't say it. Yeah, so sorry. Sorry that it's broken. I can just change it so that you guys have to have, like, a trusted role, maybe. Give me a second. What would a trusted role be? I guess being a subscriber? Ooh, but that's kind of mean. You would have to be because we need to stop you guys from... Like, the idea is that you need to set it up so that people can't just join the Discord and then, like, post horrible things using that thing. But to make it secure, I would need to give the command to a certain role in the server that the bot wouldn't have access to if it joined the server. But then what do? Do I make it like a subscriber thing? Because I could do that. I could link it to the subscriber tier. But then people who aren't subscribed don't get to use the thing. They don't get to play Wordle on the Discord anymore. I can do that as a stopgap, but I don't think everyone playing Wordle is subscribed. I mean, I'll just do that now just to fix it, but then I'm open to trying to fix it later. Give me a sec, I can do that now. Oh my god, I've gone for more than 2 hours. Server settings. Server settings, roles. I guess if I just give it, like, to the Hagstorian tier, I don't know. Because I think that's the tier 1, right? Hagstorian is the... I think the permissions... Scroll down. There we go. Okay, just as a stopgap, if you are subscribed, you can now use Wordle again. I'm sorry. Sorry. My bad. If you add capture integration, the bots will never get in. I tried to do that. And it broke my Discord server because it's me trying to do it. It's Clio IT trying to interface with technology. Yeah. Do bots post in every single channel? I've seen people they use for nothing except catching and automatically banning bots that post in it. Well, that's so smart. That is really, really smart. Why do nefarious people have to ruin it for everyone else? It's the internet. It's the internet, innit? So yeah, apologies if you're not subscribed that you can't use the thing. Crap. Crap. I just noticed one of the most prominent Wordle players is not subscribed on Twitch. My bad, y'all. Anyway, I should go to bed. I should go to bed. I should go to bed, guys. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Sorry for being gone. Okay, recap for the people who weren't here earlier, as to why I was gone. Where are my notes? Okay, reasons I was gone. 1, I had to renovate my room, and that involved pulling everything out of my room and then putting it back in. I also assembled a very heavy desk by myself, and it was very painful to do, but it's all done, so now I have a big fancy desk. I was working on some work projects, so for FaZe Connect, I am going to be the MC at Anime NYC's FaZe Connect concert called Times Square Tunes? No. Times Square Tunes? That's what it's called, yeah. I got, number 3, I got really depressed and lonely, and it made me curl up into a ball. Number 4, roomies told me they are going on holiday, so I will be taking breaks to look after myself and Lottie. Number 5, Creator Clash is coming up, so I will be, busy with that as well when I have to record stuff. And then number 6, reasons why I was not streaming, I got early access to EU5 and I played it for 30 hours in 3 days. Which is, no, hang on, 32.7 hours out of 72 hours. Just a little bit of, EU5. Just a little bit of EU5. Creator Clash, it's a thing for Total War that I'm doing. It's like a sponsored thing with Total War. So yeah, please look forward to that. Yeah, so to clear up, no, I'm not pregnant. No, I wasn't suspended. No, I'm not, in Japan. No, I'm not in New York. No, I'm not in, Canada. No, I'm not pregnant again. Whatever. No, I didn't get a boyfriend. Quite the opposite, actually. Yeah. Melvin, thank you for the super chat. You turn 30 in 25 days. Do you have any advice? Yeah, enjoy it, because your 30s are sick. Happy birthday. Did you give birth? Nope. I have not been pregnant or given birth to anyone in the last 3 days. Aldous, thank you for 2 months of support as well. A girlfriend? No, I didn't get a girlfriend either. Or a they friend. Because, you know, I'm accepting. I didn't get a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a they friend, okay? So you can't accuse me of being... I don't know, whatever people accuse people of. Hag friend. Did you conquer another nation? I conquered, like, a lot of nations. I've put 32 hours into EU5 in 3 days. There's, like, a shit ton. It's kind of sad that you guys were like, oh, wow, she must have gotten a partner. She must have gotten pregnant. And then the real answer is, I played a video game for 30 hours. It's really funny. You're like jumping to conclusions about me finding a spouse or something, and then the actual answer is nope, it was just Europa Universalis. Who needs a partner when you have Europa Universalis? Hashtag relatable. And then I go to bed and I'm like, oh, I'm so alone. And then you laugh through the pain, and then you wake up and you're like, yay, Europa Universalis! Yippee! Am I going to join the trend of VTubers getting married? Well, unless they invent getting married to yourself in Australia, then it's probably not going to happen. I don't think I can get married to myself in Australia. I think that's only a Japan thing, so... And I don't really want to end up on that... What was that? Discord? AI boyfriends? We truly live in a society. I don't know if you saw the screen capture. The AI girlfriend subreddit had like 80 people subscribed to it on Reddit. And then the AI boyfriends subreddit had like 15,000 people. And it's like, oh shit. Women, what are you doing? Please don't talk about your wire-born husbands. It's very odd. You'd probably be better off with like love and deep space. Did you see the tweets about Did you see the tweets about it was like some woman who has Love and Deep Space, which is a female Guna game, if you don't know, it involves hot anime men. And then she also had her period tracker on her phone, and Love and Deep Space told her she was on her period before the app did. By like 5 minutes. This is a really funny tweet. I think I have a screenshot of it. No, not a screenshot, sorry. I think I liked the tweet, or I bookmarked it because it was funny. You want to marry me? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm probably gonna be forever alone, but I appreciate you guys wanting to marry me. Let's see if I can find it. Did I bookmark? I should go to bed. I'm just trying to find this funny tweet. Bookmarks, post. Did I? No, I must have liked it. Fuck. That's gonna take me forever to go through. I brought it up now, so I'll quickly scroll through. I don't like that many tweets. Actually, no, I like a shit ton of tweets because I try and like all of the stuff involving me, and then I also like the stuff involving my colleagues and Faze, and it's just like, oh my god, so much to like. So much to like. Where is it? Did I not like it? Guys, I might not have liked it. Wait, am I looking at my likes? I'm not even looking at my likes. I'm looking at my own posts. Your likes aren't public. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Ritz. Thank you for 3 months of support. I can't find it. Oh man. Oh man. Ah, it's not that important, I think. This is the... It's just a dumb joke, I think. Yeah, I can't find it. Ah, whatever. If I find it, I'll find it. Anyway, I should probably go to bed. It is late for me. It is! It is very late. It is, 12:16 a.m. Yeah, I can't find it. Fuck! I will say, fan artists have gone a little bit wacky with, designs of me. I don't know what's going on, guys. Why do you... I'm not complaining. By all means, draw me how you want. I mean, within reason, please. Why do I have giant tits in, like, most of the art now? I'm flat as hell, guys. I'm flat as heck. Please. Please keep me flat. I don't need to have giant titties. There's a lot of flat erasure going on. There is. There is. My appeal, my plea to the artists. Thank you for drawing me. Also, please remember that I am supposed to be flat. Thank you. Thank you very much for your continued support. Peak tomboy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Draw me with a husband. At Grok, please AI generate me a husband. Don't actually do that. Wait, I have the silly Twitter tick thing. Now I can actually do that. I can be like, at Gork, depict me with a happy family, like the McDonald's adverts from Japan. Inflation is going crazy. I know, I keep getting 2 really big inflation points in the art. It seems to happen over and over again. But yeah, thank you everyone for the lovely art that you guys have been posting. Anyway, sorry. To double check with stream. Anonymous, thank you for the $20 donation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I think I've said thank you to everyone. I think I have. Yes. Thank you to everyone following and subscribing on Twitch. Apologies again for going AWOL. Tomorrow may not. I'm still kind of on a little bit of a we might be guerrilla schedule for the rest of the week before I figure the fuck out everything. But yeah, just a heads up, that might be a thing. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow because I am kind of all over the place, but I should be back Friday, definitely. Definitely Friday, we'll definitely be back. What's your most recommended map game? EU4. Because that's the one I played the most. Casual streaming, yeah. Yeah, if I don't stream tomorrow, normal time, like 10 a.m. my time, which is in 9 hours and 40 minutes, then I will do another evening hangout, because I'll try and get everything done today. And then, yeah, I don't know, we'll figure out how to do some streams for the rest of the week. Because yeah, I'm so sorry about the going AWOL and then maybe not being able to commit to a schedule just yet. It's just, life is hitting me with like a million different things, some good, some bad. So I apologize for not being able to stream much. I hope I can stream because obviously I really like it, and also it's my job, so you know, I have a financial incentive to want to keep streaming. So yeah, thank you guys, thank you for support, and I will see you either tomorrow in the morning or evening, depending on how things turn out, or I'll definitely see you Friday. I will definitely see you Friday. So yeah, let's send you guys over. I did see that Jelly was live. Is Jelly still alive? Or did Jelly go to bed? Jelly is live, so we're gonna raid Jelly. Ah, wah, 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 wah. I think it'd be really funny if we got like Sakana to just like record him going, ah, wah, 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 wah. I think that'd be really funny. So yeah, thank you for coming, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I hope you enjoyed the little chat and the talking about stuff. Apologies for brain rotting about EU5. 30 hours and 3 days. Apologies. It's a very funny reason to not stream, though. People doomering about, really? Suspensions? Really? Did people actually think I was suspended? That's so strange. What are you even about? I don't even know. It's not worth thinking about. You guys are silly. You guys are silly billies. Anyway, good night, guys. No. Thank you for coming. What do I normally say? It's been like 4 days since I've streamed. What do I normally say? Thank you to all the lurkers, chatters, raiders, subscribers, donators, gifters. Thank you very much for support, guys. Until next time, see you later. IT Gator. In a while. Clio Dow. You hoped I got a boyfriend? That's... thanks, I think. I did get a new boyfriend. His name... Europa Universalis 5, and he loves me so much. Good night, guys. Noot. Oh yeah, raid message. Raid message is... Hello, Jelly. Actually, you can torment Jelly a little bit by saying hello, Jelly Senpai with the raid message, okay? Type that. Good night, guys. Noot.